Imagine you're talking about the economy, business, technology, or even your monthly expenses. You could say, house prices are going up. That's correct. But at C1 level, we can be much more precise. Are they going up slightly? Are they rising rapidly? Are they increasing dramatically? Or are they absolutely rocketing? Today, let's upgrade the way you describe trends in English. Quick challenge. Which of these are going up and which are going down? Let's upgrade your vocabulary. When something increases, you have a whole range of possibilities. For a neutral description, we can say, prices are rising, or the growth rate is increasing. But now look at these. Inflation is soaring. House prices are rocketing. Household debt has shot up. These expressions suggest a rapid or substantial increase. And notice something important. Pick up is different. If something picks up, it usually means that it becomes stronger, faster, or more active again. For example, the economy is beginning to pick up, or growth picked up in the second quarter. And when something decreases, we have a similar range. A neutral option. House prices have fallen. But if the change is much more dramatic, applications have plunged, share prices plummeted, consumer spending collapsed. The stronger the verb, the stronger the picture you're creating. But here's where things get really useful. You don't always need a dramatic verb. You can make your description more precise by combining a verb with an adverb. For example, prices rose slightly, a small increase. Prices rose steadily, a regular continuous increase. Prices rose sharply, a sudden or significant increase. And prices rose dramatically, a very large or striking change. So instead of simply saying house prices went up, you could say house prices rose sharply, much more precise. Think of these expressions as a scale. At one end, we have a slight change. There was a slight increase in prices. Then perhaps a steady increase. Prices increased steadily throughout the year. And at the stronger end, there was a substantial increase in household debt. Or share prices fell dramatically. This distinction is particularly important when you're describing graphs, statistics, economic trends, or data. Let's upgrade it. How about Rampoy West? Household debt rose sharply. Or if the increase was particularly large, household debt increased substantially, or household debt shot up. 3 different ways of describing essentially the same trend, but with slightly different emphasis. Your turn. Choose the most appropriate verb or expression. Pause the video if you need more time. Possible answers? Inflation soared last year. Consumer spending fell, yet chag dropped dramatically. Applications plunged, fell substantially. The growth rate picked up again. And here's one final tip. Don't automatically use the strongest word available. If you say something plummeted, you're suggesting a very large and rapid fall. If you say it fell slightly, you're describing a completely different trend. So when describing data, don't just ask, did it go up or down? Ask, how much, how quickly, and how dramatic was the change? That's what makes your English more precise and much more C1. So, next time you describe a trend, don't just say, it went up. Tell us how it went up. And that's how you start sounding like a C1 speaker.